Greetings dear friends, Dragon here once again. If it is your first time stumbling onto the channel, then do please consider clicking that red button if you like what I do. Another unboxing today and a little bit of a chat about this, which is a pretty recently released UK special edition of Tom Cruise's Edge of Tomorrow, aka Live Die Repeat, or as I generally like to call it, All You Need Is Kill, which was the original title of the first light novel and then manga out of Japan. I think originally written by Hiroshi Sakurazaka, and then the manga was done by Ryusuke Taguchi and Takeshi Obata. Apologies if I am destroying people's names in the process there, but yeah, for some reason Warner Bros. Didn't want to have Kill in the title, so they kind of pushed for a title change. The director Doug Liman decided upon Live Die Repeat, which is why that was so prominent in the advertising campaign, but then ultimately Warner's decided to go with Edge of Tomorrow, which is a pretty nondescript title for a pretty great movie. Good science fiction film, part Groundhog Day meets, don't know, but good fun with Tom Cruise's character reliving the same day over and over again, but retaining his memories so he can kind of train and get multiple attempts to try and save the day. Pretty great movie, also starring Emily Blunt, like I say, directed by Doug Liman, with I think co-written by Chris McQuarrie. But we get our nice little wee J card, which we'll see how easy that's going to come off. My glue's normally pretty easy to pull off. Interesting seeing Warner's go this way. Warner Brothers seem to be a bit confused with their special editions, so they've jumped around quite a lot in the last couple of years. I am not a fan at all of their Titans Occult range. I have a few of them, but they're the most fragile things imaginable. These plastic outer cases, just you look at them too hard and they'll crack. Seemed like a really bad design, and they were constantly confused about what extras they would put inside. Some of them have mini steelbooks, some of them have other largely worthless kind of badges, magnets, that sort of stuff. Nothing really too appealing. And then more recently they seem to switch away from that and got one random, I don't know what range this was a part of, sort of special edition of V for Vendetta, which is really lightweight and not that substantial for the amount of money it was originally selling for. So it was nice to kind of see them doing something that was a bit closer to what we would expect from some of the premium labels. There was two very fancy versions of this, which I discounted just because they were so expensive. A really nice one by Broad Nation, and a equally nice one, maybe slightly nicer art than this, by HD Zeta, both of which I saw in the group buys, and both were just so cost prohibitive. But my good buddy Andrew over Amplet Reviews had picked this up and was raving about it, and got a chance to see his quick unboxing that he did, and decided that I would pull the plug because I liked what I saw on his vid. So join me as we take a wee look inside. So we get this plastic outer case, a lot more substantial than the ones that are on the Titans Occult range, and because you don't have to fuck about with opening the top or bottom of it, it just slips off. There's more chance of that actually staying intact for a little bit longer. Johnny from the future here, jumping in just to say that I only just noticed as I was just going through repackaging up together that wonderfully all the BBFC certificates are actually just peelable stickers, which is amazing. Please do this on every single release you put out, because they are absolutely unnecessary, and it looks so much nicer without them. Really, you can kind of get a much cleaner set. And while I'm also popping in some information that I forgot first time around, there is actually a really nice Japanese steelbook of this with the proper original title. I mean, it's incredibly expensive. You can track it down through Amazon Japan, but I think it's twice the cost of this whole box set just for the steelbook. Comes with a 3D version, but that's the only one that I've seen. Only the ones that were released in the Japanese market actually have the All You Need Is Kill title on it. But you could, in theory, if you have much deeper pockets and a bigger bank balance than I, you could technically grab the Japanese steelbook and pop it in here for the best of both worlds, I guess. But yeah, that is it. Back to Johnny from the past. And then inside we get this really nice wraparound image, which again maybe could have done with a slightly nicer image on the front cover, but I don't hate it. It's pretty cool overall. Steelbook way nicer. So we get some printed goodies inside and a book. A closer shot with a little spot glossing around the suits, which is quite nice. And then inside are two discs. It's the 4K and a regular Blu-ray. And here, and then inside we also get a behind the scenes book, which appears to be actual behind the scenes shots, which are pretty cool. the director and Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise. I think this was a pretty hard movie for them to make. Those suits apparently were incredibly heavy. I think like 75, 85 pounds for the basic version, which is a lot of weight to be carrying around the whole time. So I'm sure they both got pretty damn fit making this movie. Pretty cool. So no text in here, it's really just behind the scenes images. Nice. And all pretty nicely printed. And then inside here we get the UDF is the organisation inside the movie. We get some character cards, single-sided, but pretty cool. Kind of showing some of the parts for these crazy exosuits they wear. There is 6 of those. And we get a fold-out poster. Again, kind of almost like a blueprint of the suit, which is pretty cool. And then we get a second poster, single-sided. In the style of the old Uncle Sam Needs You to Victory during the UDF with Emily Blunt's character. And that's pretty much your set, but nice. And it's kind of interesting to kind of see them go this sort of way, because it does feel a lot more like some of the premium box sets that we see out of China, but without the price tag. So I think the Edge of Tomorrow sets, when I saw them through the group buys, were all 150, 160 quid plus. This you can get for between 30 and 40. And I think if you weren't interested at all in the printed materials, you can just get the Steelbook on its own for a lot less than that. It's nice to see Warner Brothers going this way. Hopefully this is something they will keep on doing. And they certainly have a pretty extensive back catalogue, and if it sells well for them, then maybe we'll see the other big labels following suit. So yeah, kind of cool to see a relatively standard version, but with kind of all the premium trimmings. So thank you for joining me for this today. Let me know if it's a set that you're going to be tracking down in the comments below, or any other ones that you've seen coming out from the big labels that are looking like they are pretty similar, and we'll have a chat about it. But thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.